Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, July 2nd, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. The Nationals got to work early as they scored both of their runs in the second inning. The runs came from a 2-run blast from LF Stone Garrett. Washington had 8 hits on the contest, and both Garrett and Lane Thomas logged 2 hits, while Dominic Smith went 3-4 at the plate. Josiah Gray got the start and struck out 8, while allowing 1 run over 6 innings. LHP Ranger Suarez is due to take the mound in Game 3 for his 5th home start of the season. Suarez's worst 2 pitching splits come both at home and during daytime games, with both being over his season average. At home this season, Suarez has tossed for 19 innings and struck out 24 batters. He's given up just 3 total home runs this season, and 2 of those have come from his home mound. During the month of June, Suarez started 5 games and ended with a strong 1.08 ERA and gave up just 4 runs over 33.1 innings. When he faced the Nationals earlier this season, Suarez threw strong again, going for 7 innings and allowing just 1 run. However, the Nationals were able to .308 in the box, which is something to monitor given his erratic home throwing this season. Philadelphia enters this contest with a run differential of -8, which lands them at 17th in baseball. The Phillies come into this game sitting 3rd in total at bats per game and are sitting right outside the top 10 in terms of batting average. The frequency at the plate and the above-average hitting alone hasn't done much work for the Phillies' offense as they sit bottom 10 in runs per game. This is partially due to their bottom 10 home run rating, but is more indicative of their inability to drive runners home that are in scoring position. Even with the woes at home, only a third of total homers coming from Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies have recorded their best collective batting average during day games. They look to use the strong day play to move up in the AL East standings. While it may not be the most conventional choice, backing Suarez in this game is a good option. He has already pitched well against the Nationals this season and has shown that he can be tough to hit. While Williams pitched well in his last start at Citizens Bank Park, he allowed 4 runs over 5.2 innings earlier this season. The Nationals have hit the ball well, but they have not been able to drive runners in when they get in scoring position. On the other hand, the Phillies have also hit the ball well, and their top 10 ranked doubles per game will allow them to push those runners across the plate. Based on these factors, I recommend betting on the home favorite, the Phillies. Both of these clubs sit right around the top 10 in terms of batting average, and, frankly, neither of these pitchers elicit the type of pedigree to trust not giving up multi-run innings. While home runs haven't been the strength for either offense, they both sit right at the top 10 in extra base hits, which will allow for some explosive innings. The Phillies had a strong June posting in both batting average and extra base hits, while the Nationals have hit their best during daytime affairs. The play is the over. Take over 9.5 points. Boston Red Sox vs Toronto Blue Jays. The Boston Red Sox have been doing well at the plate throughout the season, as well as they are 7th in the sport with a .753 ops, while scoring 4.87 runs per game up to this point. Left fielder Masataka Yoshida, .854 ops, 41 RBI, has been doing extremely well and has looked like the top player for the AL Rookie of the Year as he has been hitting extremely well in his last 30 games. He has a .327, .398, .491 line with 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a 10-15 walk-to-strikeout ratio in that stretch. Garrett Whitlock has been doing an okay job as he is 4-3 with a 5.15 ERA and a 1.32 whip over 50.2 innings on the bump. Hitters are finding the ability to hit home runs off him as he has allowed 9 homers this season after giving up 10 in 78.1 innings. Whitlock is coming off a losing effort against the Miami Marlins, where he gave up 6 runs on 11 hits with no walks and 7 strikeouts in 4.2 innings of work. So far this season, the Toronto Blue Jays have been an average offensive team at the plate as they are 10th in the majors with a .747 ops, while scoring 4.46 runs per game in that span. Shortstop Bo Bichette, .857 ops, 112 hits, has been on a roll in his last 7 games as he is 10-4-0 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and 4 runs scored in that stretch. Kevin Gausman is making his 18th start of the year and is doing well as he has a 3.01 ERA and a 1.13 whip in 104.2 innings of work. He is doing a great job at overpowering hitters as he has 26 walks and 139 strikeouts. Gausman is coming off a loss himself against the San Francisco Giants, where he pitched 6 innings and allowed 1 run on 3 hits with a walk and a season-high 12 strikeouts. The Boston Red Sox have been a mediocre team on the road this season, with a record of 21-21. The Toronto Blue Jays, on the other hand, have been playing well at home, with a record of 23-17. Kevin Gausman, the Blue Jays' starting pitcher, has shown the ability to get strike three, while Garrett Whitlock, the Red Sox's starting pitcher, has not proven that yet. In the previous 6 games, these offenses have been on 2 different levels. The Blue Jays are averaging 4.33 runs per game, while the Red Sox are averaging 2.67 runs per game in that span. The Blue Jays have also won 9 of the previous 13 home games against the Red Sox outright. Based on these factors, I recommend betting on the Blue Jays to cover the run line. Neither bullpen has been doing a great job up to this point of the regular season, as Toronto is 11th with a 3.80 bullpen ERA, while Boston is 15th with a 3.97 reliever ERA thus far. One thing these teams have done over the course of the season is slug, as the Red Sox are 8th in baseball, with a .424 slugging percentage, while the Blue Jays are 10th in MLB, with a .419 slugging percentage thus far. The over has hit in 14 of their last 17 games against one another, so take over 8.5 runs in this game. San Diego Padres vs Cincinnati Reds. The San Diego Padres have been decent offensively, as they are 16th in the majors with a .720 team ops, while averaging 4.93 runs per game up to this point. They have been ice cold with runners in scoring position, as they have a .212 batting average as a team in those situations. No other team has lower than a .224 batting average with runners in scoring position this season. Left fielder Juan Soto has been hitting incredibly well, as he has a .274, .423, .502 line with 15 homers, 46 RBI, 46 runs scored, and 6 stolen bases on 8 tries. Yu Darvish has been doing well this season, according to his baseball saving page, as he is in the 67th percentile in XSLG. He throws 8 different pitches, with 5 of them being thrown at least 10+% of the time. Darvish has not faced a Red since 2020 and has a career 4-3 record with a 3.34 ERA in 62 innings against them and 10 starts throughout his career. The Cincinnati Reds have been a solid offensive team. They are ranked 9th in baseball with a .748 team ops, scoring 4.99 runs per game thus far. The team is also hitting for power at home, as they are 9th in the majors with 53 homers at home through 43 games at Great American Ballpark thus far. First baseman Spencer Steer has been hitting well and has a .860 ops with 13 home runs, 48 RBI, 42 runs scored, and 9 stolen bases on 11 tries. Andrew Abbott has done well this season when diving into his baseball saving page, as he is in the 90th percentile in SPA. Abbott has a 4-pitch arsenal and throws his fastball a massive 52.6% of the time. He has never pitched against the Padres in his young career, but it will be interesting to see how he does against a lineup with a bunch of quality hitters. Yu Darvish is a veteran pitcher with a lot of experience, while Andrew Abbott is a rookie pitcher with less experience. Darvish is more likely to be able to perform well in this game than Abbott due to his experience and track record. The Padres bullpen is also better than the Reds bullpen. The Padres bullpen has a 3.59 ERA, while the Reds bullpen has a 4.03 ERA. This means that the Padres are more likely to be able to hold the Reds scoreless in the later innings of the game. Overall, the Padres are the better team and are more likely to win this game. They have a better starting pitcher and bullpen than the Reds. Yu Darvish is pitching to a 6.75 ERA and a 1.39 WHIP and 37.1 innings of work in his previous 7 starts, while Andrew Abbott is a young pitcher who has given up 4 runs in his last 12 innings of work. These offenses have been doing very well in their last 6 games, as San Diego is averaging 4.83 runs per game, while Cincinnati is scoring 5.83 runs in that same stretch. All in all, take the over in this game.